That's why we're here to watch this one, our round 3, match 2 of the day. Now, usually, you only get hot dogs at IKEA, but this time, the hottest dog is Shumaring away on this. Slappy versus TITOGOFLETTE in this match. Pre-bans, Erechion and Layla, I think that's very much respected.
Yeah, Layla's doing a lot of work in the Summoners War European Leagues. On the leaderboard, it's not super strong, but over here, I think was one of the highest win rate units we had.
It definitely is a high win rate unit, and TITOGOFLETTE looking in an early Escher then this time round.
Does still give the Yellow Honk towards the side of Slappy, and once again locking in a very early Shumar. Layla's already gone, so the only other option is NFL. Once, as we mentioned before, not a single Leo was drafted against those Shumars thus far.
It wasn't thus far, and it was only pre-banned in that previous match as well right there. Slappy cooking hard. TITOGOFLETTE, how can you deal with it? Bringing a Giada out onto the field then.
Back to the Oliver on the side of Slappy right there, and adding that with a Robo, so definitely on the speed contest both sides.
Yeah, Megumi coming in. Maybe you're going to see a Verd as well if you're going to try and let that wind Robo through. Just something to get some attack bar.
Yeah, you could also go for a Xingzi right now. No, we're going to go for a Lucia once again. Fighting a lot of pushbacks on the side of Slappy, so I'm liking that Lucia, but you might lose your speed lead over this.
Yeah, if you lose that speed lead, do you still guarantee you've got first turn? How good are your Swifts? How long have you been in Giants?
Taking it away, and we're going to go for a Nosuke.
Yeah, Fire Inosuke coming in, wants to get some provokes. See the 2 wind units on the side of Slappy right there. I feel like he might even ban between the Shumar and whatever this pick is here.
Yeah, I think that's the main damage output from Slappy. The Shumar plus the 5th pick also has to be damaged. Otherwise, it's just a very simple Shumar ban. And then I don't really see Slappy having a great draft. So let's see what he goes for. Xingzi does have a fair bit of damage, but he has 3 very fast units, but only 1 speed lead.
Yeah, let's see where they're going to be putting their bans. Like you said, only 1 speed lead on each side. There is some high base speeds going around, though, as well. So it's going to be maybe a matter of can you outpace without a pace?
Yeah, the speed leads are definitely value for the ban on both sides. And especially if your enemy doesn't ban your speed lead, but you did ban the speed lead, that is where you get most crucial value. However, if you simply ban out that Escher, Slappy is most likely to take first turn.
So Megumi out. Shumar is out as well. So we've got a speed lead on the side of Slappy, on the side of TITOGOFLETTE. We've got a defense lead popping around as well. It's our Summoners War European League playoffs, round 3, match 2, set number 1 between TITOGOFLETTE and Slappy.
And let's see how much this Robo can do at a later moment. The Robo's not outspeeding this Escher just yet. He's gonna send the S2 and he's not gonna get it, which does mean that this Escher can potentially get skills up. Do we go for stuns? We do get our stun.
We do, and it's actually tuned, though, say. Robo coming in. Now Oliver can look to control. Wow, this is throwing it back.
Yeah, this is definitely a very older style playstyle. This is what we saw like 3-4 seasons ago. Robos and Olivers, and then a lot of Olivers things going in. But the big question is, we have some giant punch coming in. Can we connect those stuns in the right order? Because if we go for that unit, we most likely do not get it.
I mean, it almost feels like I'm watching a Scribble Bibble match right here. Say, Slappy coming in. He's got that skill 3. Can look to use the skill 3. Didn't, but he's now going to trust an all or nothing.
All or nothing is what we're going for, and we definitely have to start looking at resets. Can we get the reset? Oh, did not get the reset. It's reset for 1 turn. It is most likely on Violent, but is this NFL reset itself just yet? Definitely go for the kill over here, and we do take it out, and the NFL is looking reset it.
Oh, this is... Do you get sleep? Oh, no, no sleep for Annabelle. No extra turn. Monkey can start soon cycling as well, they're saying. Even popping a stun in for good measure.
Yep, and this is the moment you cycle back to the Monkey, and we're going to go for some more Alter Ego, taking out a lot of life on those units.
Yeah, and skill 2 can come and clean it up right there. Do you even want to just send it onto the Escher, confirm a kill? Yes, Annabelle can get controlled now as well, and a Fire Inosuke. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be tough, because sure, he does have some healing every turn he takes, but he doesn't have that much damage output in most cases, especially not against a Shiho coming in.
No, it's not, and you just keep attacking into that Annabelle whenever you're not provoked. Need a sleep here, or in a turn.
Ooh, was resisted. If he did not get that resist, he would have been having a Girl's Prayer in right there. But did not manage to get it, and we're gonna have an all or nothing coming in right there, landing the stuns.
Yeah, landing that stun, and right now the skill 3 can look to really clean up, and Slappy confirms a 1-0 lead against TITOGOFLETTE right here, say. Maybe the underdog of this whole competition is really proving why he's around, and TITOGOFLETTE needs to figure something out in these next sets.
Yeah, let's see what he's going to be able to figure out, because it's funny to see where we have a lot of counter picks on these Shumars time and time again, but then still the Shumar is banned. We've even seen it with 2 slow units on the field, still banning that Shumar.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to respect it right there. Okay, different pre-bans coming in. Then Yonhong does not want to deal with it on the side of Tito, and that light Hwarang as well from the side of Slappy. It gives him that first pick that he's got right now, maybe into an Erechion.
Yeah, let's see if he does favor the Erechion right here. Yep, favoring the Erechion. So on the other side, do we go back to the Chandra style?
Let's find out. Chandra, Velajul, we've seen it before, but he did like to partner it with the light Hwarang, say.
Yeah, that is definitely true. So we're going to see a Vanessa playstyle right here. I do like a Chandra for the value into a Shumar, but Asher also kind of prevents the Shumar from coming out because you're just simply too fast on that speed buff. But no, we're still going to see it, and we're pairing it up with one of the counters against it.
Yeah, I mean, you've already covered all bases then if you bring in the Annabelle. You're not going to deal with any slows from her particularly. Third and fourth pick right here for TITOGOFLETTE then. I mean, Gianna is going to look to bring out as well. It's still a contested unit, so maybe needs it now.
I think I would have rather seen a Layla than a Gianna in this case, but the only issue is that I could see Slappy going for a Nobara towards later drafts. But I think the Gianna into an NFL is always a little bit risky of you actually landing that critical error against it.
Again, we're seeing a Fire Legolas come out. Now, with bringing her Josephine, you can look to steal at least some sort of shields right there, but it seemed a little bit odd.
Well, you can also steal the speed buff of the Shumar, which definitely has a lot of value, because that makes you faster than the Shumar and therefore also deal more damage to it. So Fire Legolas into Shumar might be a pretty strong unit.
Let's find out. Piranha being picked in that 5th pick right there. Say, do you have to look to ban it out?
You might go for the ban over there. On the other side, I would say that Josephine is a nice ban, but yeah, we're going to go for Shio.
Shio and Piranha are out, so we've got a 28 speed lead versus a 33. Here in our Summoners War European League playoffs, it's TITOGOFLETTE versus Slappy. Who can get that extra point?
Well, let's see who's going to be taking the first turn. Is of course that Asher. Well, actually Shumar was pretty fast coming in after. We're going to go for some critical error. Do we connect all stuns? We do connect those.
Yep, all stuns. You want to see that if you TITOGOFLETTE. You can look to try and get some sort of a provoke coming in right now, but who do you really want to go on to?
Oh. Ooh, trying to get the provoke on the Megumi. Did not land it. And once again, a counter from this Legolas. These Legolases most of the time are just on one revenge set before taking additional turns. One apiece back and forth.
Yeah. Oh, big turn. You can get some defense breaks and slows. Oh.
Yeah, landing all of those right here. So you can go for the stun on the Shumar. Probably have to be looking towards that. But you are slow right now, so you're not going to be dealing all too much damage against it.
You are not right there. And I mean, you've got this skill 3 as well if you want to try and send it somewhere. But I mean, at the moment, with those debuffs, it's not looking perfect for Slappy. Can you land? Oh!
Ooh, Gianna is not consistent on those debuffs today. You definitely wanted to see a bomb right there, especially if this thing were to take an additional turn right now. It does have attack break, but it's more scaling from speed than from attack. So this skill will definitely do a lot of damage. Wow.
What was that? 28k, and Tito was like, I don't want any more of that dog. Wow. Say,
yeah,
you've got to respect it, right?
Yeah, you definitely got to respect it. That was 28k, and he did not even have the speed buff just yet, because he gets the speed buff after his hit, if I'm not mistaken on that. So, wow, that's a lot of damage coming in right there.
If I don't see a trauma pre-ban there, I don't know what is happening. Exactly, Tito.
Yeah, that's definitely... We're going to see at some point, like, if he gets to play Obabo in a potential future match, that's going to be very Shumar contested, because Slappy and Obabo are definitely the most common players on that Shumar thus far.
2-0 for Slappy right here. TITOGOFLETTE, can you do a reverse sweep, or is Slappy rewriting the history books of Summoners War European League right now? And Escher, first pick, is bringing double monkeys.
Yeah, double monkey is always a good answer right there. No aggression on the field, so the Escher is also a little bit in an awkward position, but I would say that Tito probably is looking towards a more bruiser-heavy match with a light Hwarang, maybe coming in with a Burgold later, but actually, as of today, Tito hasn't been drafting that much Burgold just yet.
No, he hasn't, and right now, Slappy answering with a Josephine out on the side. I mean, there's only one real stun potential on the side of Tito at the moment, though.
Yeah, plus the Hwarang already goes through the Josephine shields as well, but maybe it was also a pick that the Gianna has more value because there's no Josephine on the enemy side.
There is right here. 4th and 5th pick then coming in for TITOGOFLETTE. It's huge for him. He needs to win if he loses. We're saying goodbye to him already. Berghild, his trusty unit that's been working in the league days, is putting right there at the moment. Maybe you need some other form of sustain later on?
Yeah, definitely an NFL could be very strong. Definitely the same thing on the Raccoon. It's hard to kill, but we're therefore going to see that NFL on the side of Slappy.
Annabelle coming out. We know how much she did on that additional turn in that last set with those defense breaks, and that's why she's respected out. Berghild as well, so it's a 28 versus a 24% leader skill going in to our potentially deciding set between TITOGOFLETTE and SLAPPY.
Yeah, let's see who's gonna take this match. Also, if we're gonna have a victory of Tito, we will see another Schumacher match coming in from Slappy after this.
100%. We've got Hwarang taking a turn right now. You're just putting a bit of damage through there. You need a potentially big stun coming out. Oh!
Ooh, no stuns coming out just yet, which also means that the Raccoon cannot really do any much of too much value, because anything you boost up right now is just a little bit of chip damage, but it's not necessarily controlling anything just yet.
No, the damage is coming through. You've got the skill 3. Maybe you even need to send it onto the Fire Megumi right there. Get the strip and get a stun, and he does get it.
Does get it right there, but also big questions are on the Gianna right now. She's already at half HP. There's not too much of sustain on the side of Slappy in this case. She has to land all of those debuffs.
She does right there. Megumi's trying. I mean, can you look to get at least something against it? Gets a defense break, but it's not useful right here.
Yeah, you were looking for that attack break to have lower value on that stun, but is this the moment you're gonna send your S3? It's not gonna be the moment to send the S3 because it would have just given a lot of power to this Megumi.
Oh, defense break on the fire unit as well right there, say, but it is cleansed off at the moment.
Cleansed off at the moment. Raccoon taking the extra turns, and that is what Raccoon does best. Oh, also taking that cut right there by the Shinx, taking a turn, but the Megumi is having a lot of value in this match right now.
He is at the moment. Does Josephine have the passive up though if he goes for the stun?
I think he does have, and therefore he's simply not going for it just yet, but we have some all or nothing coming in right now. Do you want to send it? Does actually send it. Does get a lot of nothing.
Yeah, it does get a lot of nothing. I mean, you've got that like Hwarang, but anyway, the bomb was coming again. I mean, is it worth sending just knowing that Josephine might cut, or he's trying to pick... Oh, wow!
Ooh, the additional turn right there, taking out that Gianna. Did have the passive up on the Josephine. Josephine also taking the additional turns in its own regard right there. We're looking at half HP on the side of 2 units of Tito, but this Raccoon has something to say about that.
Yeah, Raccoon, I think, is just going to be too much sustain coming right now, and Slappy couldn't get the damage from the Gianna with any more bombs. And I mean, if you've got a dead monkey, it could be all she wrote. 2-1 likely incoming.
Yeah, definitely looking at more of a 2-1. Also, the Megumi is not using any skill 3s as possible, simply to just not stack the passive of this Josephine. And also this Shinx is not really landing the right skills just yet. Can we take that out? Ooh, that was super close. Shinx is taking a next turn. Might actually take it out.
Yeah, and I mean, if you can get rid of him... Oh!
The Hwarang still shows to be such a strong unit with that passive. Having more of a chance to get glancings in is hard to kill right there. And therefore is simply back at half HP once again.
Yeah, wow, the power of Raccoon here. Like, so much sustain coming through. And now with the Light Hwarang, with that speed coming through, getting those nearly 4k hits going through, it's going to be enough this time round. I mean, Raccoon was a really clutch last pick.
Yeah, Raccoon worked out very well, but it was also a strong value of the Megumi never going for the skill 2, just simply taking out units by the defense break and waiting for this Hwarang to take out the match. But next match, most likely, once again, a ban on that Hwarang. We finally start adding some damage on the Hwarang, but it is a little too late.
It might be a little too late. It's Monkey, it would be Josephine versus the world right here, saying I can't imagine a world where she's living.
Yeah, if she wasn't having to fight the Raccoon, I could see some potential, but against that Raccoon, it's just simply way too difficult.
Definitely is. TITOGOFLETTE easy start in the reverse sweep. Don't want to say it just yet, but it's 1-2 in this match currently right there. We're going into set 4, and like you said, Schumacher's back in the field.
Schumacher's back on the field, and most likely the Hwarang is out of the field. So those are two things that are not in the favor of Tito. So let's see if he can make it on winning this match, because at that moment, he has a good chance for his 5th match. But first, he has to win this 4th right here.
Definitely does. We're seeing a Yon Hong being banned out, and that Light Hwarang as well right there. I was almost wanting to see a Leo, you know?
Yeah, Leo would have definitely been an option right there, but the Hwarang is doing a lot of work for Tito, so it does make a lot of sense. Also, the big question is, do you give the Shumar towards Slappy, or do you go for a steal? Well, when there's an Escher on the enemy side already, you probably don't really want to go for that steal.
No, you don't. You've brought out a Vanessa and a Shiha right there. Is this the moment Slappy is deciding, are we going Shumar? Gone for the Suns on Lao instead then?
Going for the Songchen Lao playstyle. Mostly ends that up with a Gianna or something along those lines too. But let's see if that's potential on the steal on the side of Tito. Because Tito so far, Ragdoll, haven't seen any of those just yet in this competition, but is a very strong unit against Irration, because Irration is a crit awakening, so therefore will most likely crit something.
And there you go, partnering up with the Gianna as well, wanting to get some stuns. I mean, Slappy again, bringing in that Layla. She's had a crazy win rate today, so.
Yeah, Layla's been doing a lot of work, and I'm liking the pick over here, especially with the Shumar. Also, preventing the enemy for having a great counter into the Shumar. So let's see what Tito does have as a 5th pick. This is definitely an option where I could see a Leo come out, because Leo Ragdoll is super strong, but still no Leos being picked.
Wow, there you go. Shizuka coming back out onto the field. We haven't seen her in action today. We've seen her in the drafting, but not during the matches. Do you have to respect that, Ragdoll?
Well, the thing is, if you go for the Shizuka plus Shio on the field, then it's really annoying to fight, because that's invisibility for the whole team. But he's actually going to be respecting that Gianna. I'm not too sure if that is the right play, though, but we're going to find that out.
There we go. 33 speed leads for both Tito and Slappy in our Summoners War European League playoff. Set number 4, potentially the deciding set right here.
Where are we going to send that alter ego? Are we going to be stunning this Shumar, or are we going to looking for the Songchen Lao? It seems to be that we're looking for the stun on the Songchen Lao, but this is already where we start picking up pace for damage.
Yeah, we got that speed buff. You've got a good amount of damage that's already gone out onto that Vanessa. You need potentially somewhat of a strip to be able to get a stun out. Do you go already? Ooh.
Ooh, it's gonna go for a strip right there, and that will give a potential stun right here, which also provides where Layla will have issues landing all of those right now, because there is a speed buff on your side. Torrent, good damage, but not good enough just yet.
Yeah, it looks very much like Tito's got this one in the bag. If I say it too early, say it right there. I mean, Shizuka managing to bring up all of that immunity, everything else around there, and thinking some really crazy turns, even with a cool time as well now on that Eretion. Oh.
Shumar taking the additional turn right there, but doesn't have skills available just yet. This is also the moment where you could send it into the Shumar, because you are faster than the unit. Still not that much damage coming out, but it is a good bit of chip damage.
It is. Confirm your kill then right here. Does take out that Sun's Unlow. You can look to provide defense breaks around. Does get it on that Shumar. Huge.
Yeah, this Ragdoll's showing a lot of value. He's definitely not going to be faster than the Shumar, but the chip damage is coming in very clutch.
Definitely is, and if you can get some more cool time to get rid of it off the field first, it could be huge for him. Eretion's going to have to do some crazy work for Slappy.
Yep, we're going to have to do a lot of work. Potentially stunts, no stunts coming in just yet. And as mentioned, you're going to give a lot of bar to this Ragdoll. So Ragdoll unit we don't see all too much, but when it's there to stay. Very strong unit.
Definitely is right there. I wouldn't say it's fully over at the moment. You've seen Eretion do crazy things, say. I mean, the Gianna build before, but it just seems like he's not on despair then.
Yeah, if you are on despair, you could probably get away with it, but having the combination on the field of the Shizuka plus the Shio just provided too many buffs for the Layla to deal with, and very well drafted by Tito for that reason.
Yep, Tito coming in clutch, maybe could even get a bounce, just wants to secure the kill though with an S2 right there. And Ragdoll's going to be able to clean up alongside that monkey. Slappy. It's that little final hurdle that you need to get over, and I mean, you're probably not going to be having a Shumar option as well, but maybe that's a good thing after the performance of this one, say.
Well, you're not going to have a Shumar, but what's even more of an issue is that you're going to be fighting that Light Warring, and that's still the best unit on the side of Tito for his win potential, so fighting that is going to be difficult.
Definitely will right here. You might have a Yon Hongler in your back pocket that you'll be able to use. Is it the perfect unit for it, though? This is it. We're going to all like best of fives fully here in these kind of playoffs, seeing all of these matches as much as possible through. Escher banned out and that Shumar respected.
So Escher is kind of the counter to a Shumar as well, but interesting to see an Escher being banned out right there, because that does give Tito the option to go for an Irration and Irration later into a Light Warren.
Yeah, there you go. We're seeing it straight away locked in right now. Slappy. This is your moment. Are you going to continue that underdog story? Ciara coming out. Are we going to see Gianna double oracles say in your honor?
Yeah, double oracles coming in right there, but Hagang is the strongest counter against that. I do expect Slappy to go for a double oracles into a Yan Hong, so let's see what Tito has as answer against that.
Let's find out. Hagang on the field, like you said, super annoying. We're going back to the fire in Osuke as well. I mean, Layla, and why it seems a little bit odd.
It seems a little bit odd, but this is also an option where Tito should definitely be thinking about a Aya, because Aya is just very strong against all of those units. However, those bomb damages might take it out a little too fast. I like the Inosuke, but it's definitely gambling on his passive to miss bombs on it.
Oh, and there you go, bringing that ragdoll as well, seeing some AoEs coming around and some stuns that might come from bomb damage, or instead competing for that first turn.
Yeah, competing for that first turn is definitely not bad right there, but that's a very strong pickup for that Shizuka right there on the final pick. Most likely be looking at a ban on that Hagang.
Let's find out. This is the pivotal moment for both of our players, TITOGOFLETTE and SLAPPY. Bans of the fire Inosuke and of that Shizuka, so it's a 33 versus a 24 speed lead going in to our round 3 match 2 final set, baby. TITOGOFLETTE versus SLAPPY.
You know, let's see where we're going to be locking in that damage. Ooh, there is no immunity on this Shio. I would be boosting up that Sierra and just going for a nasty bomb coming in. Is deciding against it and on the tricky play and does not actually get promoted for it.
No, right there. You don't get the stun though either on that Gianni. You need a stuns here. Oh, say, is that the moment?
It could definitely be a moment right there. I think you have to go for the skill too. And this is where we will see the notification of the nerf of the aggression, because at this moment, if you were to send the S2, you're not going to get as much bar as you used to.
Yeah, you are not. And I mean, Ciara is still popping off around there, and Layla to follow after. They're going to do a lot. They're going to have to do a lot of work for SLAPPY, because a Josephine passive would get procced if you stun it.
He's gonna get a bomb. I think you should not let it explode, because this will potentially stun you. And okay, yeah, that did work out right there. You can set up a ghost, and this is the moment where Josephine at least doesn't have to pass it, but I can still see a Josephine and a Shio win this match from here.
I mean, right now, Yan Hong, if you can get, or you can get healing in there, say, but there's a heal block.
That heal block is huge right there. The only thing we can do is on the Layla. Layla does not have any skills available that much, but it is good for the chip damage. But once again, Sierra, additional turn, does get the additional turn, so we're gonna have a bomb available.
Bomb is on there. That means you need no more stuns, whilst that passive could be up on the side of Josephine right here. Can SLAPPY do it? I would say confirm your kill if you're Tito, no?
Yeah, I would definitely confirm the kill, because the big thing is, what if you get a stun on any of the units? So I think that Tito was kind of helping SLAPPY right there, because it is very dangerous to leave that bomb on a unit where potentially something moving on despair later. But the additional turn is taking out the unit from Tito itself. Still got some alter ego coming in, so we're trading a 2-for-2 right now.
Yeah, but I mean, at the moment, it's going to be about stuns here. Like, can you stun off element right here? It's water versus wind. Things should happen a certain way, say, but it's Summoner's War.
Yep, that's definitely true right there. Also, in this case, I don't think you want to send the S2 just yet. You want to just simply send the S1, but you did not connect the stun. It was glanced right there, and the bomb did just miss. Additional turn, you will get the bomb back, and we do get enough attack bar to probably lap this monk right here. Skill 2 does land the silence.
Wow, SLAPPY could be coming in super hot right here. I'm saying it even louder so the French cast could hear me.
Yep, well, we're looking at another bomb. We still have to land this bomb. Do we connect the bomb? If we do, yep, match is over. Promising time for a 24.5k bomb, as SLAPPY takes it all the way best of 5, winning it.